Hey guys, Cloudy Hayes back for another video. The War Within is just days away, and everybody is getting anxious to grind through new content and explore the new zones. One of the most important things going into day 1 of the new expansion will be to hit level 80, and to complete the leveling campaign. The campaign is split into 12 chapters, with 3 chapters per zone. Completing the campaign unlocks world quests and a variety of new activities. It also unlocks adventure mode, which allows your alts to be able to complete zones in any order and makes your alts eligible for world quests immediately. But unfortunately, you cannot reach level 80 just from doing the campaign alone. But don't worry, I will be going over the best route for you guys to take. Once you hit level 80 on your first character, you will unlock an achievement called One Warband Mentor. This achievement gives all your other characters a 5% XP bonus while leveling all the way up to level 80. This buff stacks as you level up more toons. For example, if you hit level 80 on 3 characters, that's 15% increased leveling experience for your 4th character, up to a total of 25% for hitting level 80 on 5 characters. This does apply to all your characters on your account, and this never goes away. So leveling alts gets faster and faster after your first level 80. At the end of this video, I'm going to go over a handful of leveling tips and tricks as well, so make sure to check them out. But for now, let's get into the route we will be taking from 70 to 80. First thing is first, clear your quest log of all old quests. You don't need a bunch of old quests getting in your way. Check your talents and your gear and make sure you're ready to go. Once you land on the beach in the Isle of Dorn, the first zone, you will need to complete a few intro quests. Do them all and turn them in. At this point, you will now unlock skywriting. From here, you will fly to the main city, Dornegal. Once you get to Dornegal, this is the best time to grab your professions. Just find any guard in the city and you can find out the location of whatever professions you decide to take on. I do recommend tailoring for your first profession on your first character you plan to level up. You will get cloth from humanoids as you level up, but as a non-tailor, you will basically get no cloth whatsoever. It's rare for a non-tailor to get cloth to drop in the War Within. You have to be a tailor for cloth to drop on a regular basis. Cloth is also going to sell very well in the first week, so that is also something else to consider. You could go with double gathering if you prefer, but gathering while trying to complete the campaign will definitely slow you down a bit. Yes, you do get experience from mining or herbing a node, but it's still slower to gather on your first time around versus just pounding out quests. I recommend picking up a double gathering character on one of your next characters you plan to level. This really all depends on your playstyle, of course, or if you even plan to have alts or not. But having alts in the War Within will be much easier thanks to the new warband system. Once you have picked up your professions, continue to follow the main campaign quest story. Do the entire campaign in the Isle of Dorn and do not pick up any side quests whatsoever. Also, any delve quests you may get along the way, you will want to save for later. But you will have to complete the first delve called Earthcrawl Mines since it's part of the main campaign. Once you finish the first 3 chapters of the campaign and you are done with the Isle of Dorn, continue to follow the campaign to the next zone, the Ringing Deeps. From here, you want to do the same thing. Focus strictly on the main campaign storyline and do not pick up any side quests or complete any delve quests. But, as I said before, make sure to hang on to any delve quests you do come across. We will be getting to those in a bit. There are a few reasons why we are skipping side quests in the first 2 zones. For one, on launch day, there are swarms of people questing and killing things. We want to skip all the questing traffic jams and potential lag spikes in the first 2 zones on launch day. The second reason and most important reason is because of experience gains. You get more experience from harder zones. As you level up on your first character, each zone is meant for a particular level. For example, the Isle of Dorn is level 70 to 73, Ringing Deeps is level 73 to 75, Hallowfall is 75 to 78, and Ashgahet is level 78 to 80. With that said, you don't want to be stuck doing quests and killing mobs that are lower in level and give less experience. We will be following the most efficient leveling routes to get max XP and to get to 80 in the least amount of time. Once you have finished the campaign quests in the Ringing Deeps, continue to follow the campaign into Hallowfall. Continue to only do the campaign quests as you have been doing. However, pick up all the side quests in the zone of Hallowfall. As you're completing the campaign, grab every side quest along the way. You want to literally pick up every single quest on the map in Hallowfall. As you progress in the campaign, it will send you to Ashgahet. Instead of going to the 4th zone, go back and do all the side quests in Hallowfall in one single swoop. This will save lots of time. This should put you around level 77, give or take. Once you have finished with just about all the quests in Hallowfall, head around the map doing all the delve quests you've been saving up. After this, you should be around level 78 or so. The experience from delves scale based on your level, so that's the reason why we decided to wait until later to do them. You will get larger experience gains from running delves by doing it this way. After completing all the delve quests, continue with your campaign and head to Ashkahet. From here, you just want to do everything you can in the zone. Pick up all the side quests you come along as you're doing the campaign, but don't go out of your way to fly across the map to pick up the quests. Just continue doing the campaign and all the nearby side quests. After you finish with the campaign, you should be level 79 give or take, and very close to level 80. Continue doing quests in Ashkahet until you're level 80. This route can be done in 5 to 6 hours if you're efficient and push hard. As you're leveling, make sure to explore all nooks and crannies of the map and learn every flight path along the way. Exploring the map is part of a requirement to unlock the Pathfinder achievement, which you will need to unlock steady flying. This time around, the Pathfinder achievement is much easier to unlock. You just need to simply complete the campaign in all 4 zones and explore every zone. Boom, you have the Pathfinder achievement and steady flying unlocked. This is a lot better than it was in Dragonflight, where you had a handful of other quest chains you had to complete in order to unlock Pathfinder. Overall, guys, this leveling route, as I said before, will get you ahead of the large groups of people leveling on launch day. When I say launch day, I mean for both early release and the official launch day of August 26th. Both days will be packed with players in the first 2 zones, so don't get stuck fighting for mobs, get ahead of the pack, and enjoy the content. I do have a few things I wanted to recommend for you guys that may help your leveling journey be smoother. Make sure to come prepared with some old Dragonflight consumables. They are pretty cheap right now, so you can get your hands on them pretty easily. You could go with speed files, which will give you roughly 8 to 10% increased overall speed, or you could go with crit or verse files to increase your damage. But if you're already geared up, then just go with the speed files. If you're leveling as a healer and solo, definitely go with the files to increase your damage. You should also consider looking into some enchants before you start leveling. Just a few Dragonflight enchants that will increase your speed. Having additional speed is extremely useful for when leveling. Plus 200 speed to bracers, Plains Runner for boots, and homebound speed for your cloak. Having all 3 of these enchants will give you around 10% increased speed overall. Then add a speed file on top of that, and we're looking at close to 20% increased run speed. That's pretty solid if you ask me. That'll definitely help you out when you're leveling up. So take the time to come prepared, get things organized, it'll definitely help you out. But if you are going into the expansion with gear, anything over 515 item level, then you won't be replacing it until you're at least level 76 or higher. But if you're not geared, you could buy a few enchants ahead of time to enchant your gear as you level up. But only do this if you can find the enchants for cheap in the auction house. Overall, guys, just try your best to come prepared the best you can. Make sure to empty your bag so you have plenty of room for new items you're going to be getting as well. It's definitely worth it to have your bag stocked up with a few consumables, maybe some enchants, or whatever else you decide to buy. Another great item for leveling are gun shoes. They are only on a 3-minute cooldown, and they increase your movement speed by 200% for 25 seconds. They come in handy when you're in a situation where you can't mount up, for example if you're in a deep cave somewhere, or just in general getting around. Yes, you do have your flying mounts, but trust me, gun shoes are very handy, and they don't really cost much either. I also have a couple of tips for leveling up additional characters after you hit 80 on your first character. When you start to level another character, you will already have adventure mode unlocked, which means you can do the zones in any order you like. If you followed this guide so far, that means you completed all the quests in Hallowfall on your first character, so on your alts, you should focus on another zone. Since reputation is now shared between the warband, you won't get additional reputation from completing the same quests on a different character. In order to max out rep and renown, you will have to do world quests, which are limited so you can only get so much per week. So with that said, your second character should start questing anywhere but Hallowfall, since we did already completely clear that zone on our first character. This is an efficient way to get all the quests done and earn all the possible renown that we are eligible to get the first week by spreading the workload out to your other characters. And this will also help them level up at the same time. If you want the Lore Master achievement, you will need to complete everything in all the zones anyways. Gaining renown will also be very important in the War Within for many reasons, such as unlocking recipes and getting your hands on some cool mounts. Lots of other rewards as well, such as gear and cosmetic items. Also, while leveling up your alts, you will have access to world quests. World quests give you almost double what a regular quest gives, so you definitely want to hit world quests when you're leveling up your alts. Another tip for you guys is to log into your alts after you max out your first character to 80. Any characters you plan to level, log on to them and get them to Dorn so you can start building up rested experience. On your alts, you will be able to skip the intro quest and head straight to Dorn. Once you're here, you will be able to do one of two things. Either 1, level up by doing the campaign again, choosing any zone order that you like, or 2, by spamming delves, dungeons, and doing world quests. That's up to you, of course, but you do have a lot more leveling options when it comes to your second character. Take your time and enjoy the content. You don't have to rush to level up, even though I'm sure a lot of us will. We do have plenty of time to kill until Season 1 launches. Season 1 doesn't drop until September 10th. That's when Heroic and LFR will become available. We will only have access to Heroic dungeons before then, which will help players learn the mechanics and routes for the dungeons. Here's the schedule for the weeks to come. August 22nd, the War Within Early Access begins. Normal dungeons open. August 26th, the War Within goes live globally at 3 p.m. Pacific, with Heroic Dungeons and Dragonflight Season 4 PvE rewards are retired. September 10th, the War Within Season 1 begins with normal and heroic raid difficulty. Raid Finder Wing 1, Mythic Zero Dungeons, Heroic Seasonal Dungeons, and a new world boss, and PvP Season 1. September 17th, Mythic Raids, Mythic Plus Dungeons open, Raid Finder Wing 2 opens, and the Raid Story mode opens as well. September 24th, Raid Finder Wing 3 opens. During the first 2 weeks of any new expansion is one of the best times to make gold. There are plenty of different ways you guys can earn tons of gold, but professions are by far going to yield the most gold. Just about every profession can make you millions of gold if done properly. But if you're new to the game, or new to professions, or you don't have a lot of time to play, or you just want something easy, go with Double Gathering. The first day or two, herbs and ore will sell for tons on the auction house. Even the first few weeks will still be good, but nothing like the first couple days. You have those hardcore players that want to max out every profession on every character as soon as they can. The biggest tip that I can give you guys is just to enjoy the game, and don't kill yourself. Do what you love to do and just have fun. This is also a great time to link up with friends, guys. Message that WoW friend that you haven't talked to in a few years. Hit them up and reconnect with them. Overall, just have fun, guys. The new expansion's coming. It's going to be a blast. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And I hope this leveling guide makes your leveling journey smoother for launch day. After the War Within goes live, I will be releasing tons of new content, including gold making guides, gearing guides, raid guides, and much more. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Also, I wanted to mention, if you guys found this guide useful in any way, please give this video a like, as it really helps the channel out. You guys have shown me a lot of support over the past few months, and I can't thank you enough. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Cloudy Haze out. I just need to know what's on your mind. Tell me what you need and